Hey yo, e aí, preto hermano, você sabe que é bom? Listen, this one right here is gonna be crazy. And what you see on the screen, the walk of shame, the trip to the big house of shame. This man has his head down for a reason. And black man, listen, I mentioned before in a couple videos back. Listen, the reason what brought me to YouTube, 2.5, 3 years ago, was I was doing monk mode. I was doing semen retention. I was documenting those days, day by day, 730, right? I was documenting that. So I made a lot of videos talking about semen retention, telling guys, listen, if you just give yourself a break, give your brain a chance to, rehardwire itself to bring you back to a natural state of mind. Listen, most guys, and listen, the content I make now for black men, listen, you guys need semen retention. You need monk mode. That's why you dudes can't get off the plantation with Keisha. But let me keep it on this video right here, and I'm gonna still throw it in because watch how I incorporate both, right? So I'm gonna read to you guys the article. A 44-year-old man has been charged with several counts of peeping Tom in Montgomery County, Maryland, after dressing up as a woman and recording women inside of a locker room as they showered. What? At 44 years old, first of all, I mean, I can't verify this, right? But let's keep it a stack. Anybody who knows, I know for a fact, but anybody who knows, Maryland is a black state. I mean, yeah, you got white people in there, of course, but Maryland is known to be a black state, right? So you're 44 years old, and this man is at locker rooms, I'm assuming with inside of a gym, and you're video recording women inside of the shower? Yo, come on, son. What's programming you to do this? What is driving you to do something like this? Matter of fact, once you get the footage, what is your end goal? What are you gonna do with the footage? Let's keep it a stack. He's gonna try and release. And this is what I'm saying. You dudes, you're physically controlled, you're mastered. You're mastered by a feeling. Listen, your body gets that I don't want to jack up the word, but your body's getting that impulse message from your brain. Listen, and what you're trying to do is release the dopamine, right? You're getting the dopamine receptors, already triggered, and then you're trying to release. Again, this is somebody who's mastered by a feeling. Now, black men, and I'm not talking to 10%, we're talking to 65%, 25%. Listen, when you're mastered by that feeling, trust me, you're going to always resort back to what you think is easy. See, I always think about, and I'm off topic. Hold on, I'm going to get back to the article. I'm off topic, but you think about guys who go and deal with non black women, right? And maybe things don't go out right with the snow bunny. Things don't turn out right with the Asian woman. Things don't turn out right with the Latina. They run back to black women. Now, first of all, you wouldn't be running to any woman because why? If you did 730, you would have self control. You would have dick discipline. You would have real mastery of the body. See, people talk about that, but listen, in order to have mastery of the body, it's a mental thing. You feel me? It's a mental thing. Why do you think some people can't, ever become addicted? I'm not saying on a physical level, but again, some people they have enough self-control to not indulge into drugs and alcohol and gambling and other vices, right? That's mastery of the body, mastery of the mind. Again, once you master the mind, then you can master the body. But if the body is controlling everything, you feel me, and you're just living a carnal existence, that's why these dudes can't leave black women alone. Now, let me get back to the article. And this is recent. As I'm recording this video, it's October 31st, Halloween. On Friday, October 10th, 2025, Montgomery County Department of Police, 5th District officers responded to One Life Fitness Club located in the 2500 block of Meadows Parkway in Germantown after a woman reported an unknown suspect entered the woman's locker room and recorded her in the shower. 5th District officers conducted an extensive investigation and, and identified the suspect as Tushikundi. I don't know if I'm saying this guy's name right. Let's just call him Tati. During the investigation, it was determined that Tati would disguise himself as a woman to gain entry into the woman's locker room after the crime. He would then remove the disguise in an attempt to conceal his identity and flee the scene. On Wednesday, October 29th, 2025, officers followed Tati to the Planet Fitness in White Oak. Tati was located in the woman's locker room disguised as a woman. Tati was quickly taken into custody and transported to the Montgomery County Central Processing Unit. He has been charged with multiple counts of peeping Tom and related offenses. Now, what's funny is, right, I made another video on my old channel. This was I think last year or 2023. Listen, this is funny, right? And it goes to show the simps, right? Again, the category of simps includes so many dudes. When I was in Atlanta, I think about 2 years ago, there was a video, no, well, not a video, but there was an article that went viral pretty much. A dude went to I think LA Fitness. I think it was the LA Fitness, and he did the same exact thing. He did the same exact thing. Only difference was he didn't dress up as a woman. He somehow snuck his way into the gym off a buddy pass, right? Off a buddy pass, made his way to the women's locker room, and you were in there. No, he didn't even record. He would actually sexually assaulted a woman. Now he didn't grape, but he assaulted a woman in a shower. Now, black men, for dudes like this, again, you know these dudes. I mean, I could be wrong, but most times these guys aren't doing that. Let's keep it a stack. These guys are recording black women. These guys are trying to assault black women at the gym. Now, and I'm not saying that what they're doing is funny or is right, but this is why I talk about 730 days. This is why I talk about monk mode and semen retention, because you have to think about, again, what's driving these guys to it. I made the video about guys being starved out. Do you think if guys, when it came to black women and these black men who are just so starved out of action, if these guys were just getting a a decent dose of release, right? If these guys actually had someone to release with, if these guys actually had a woman in his life, again, you might say, "Oh, he's dusty." Again, I'm a man. I'm not worried about all that kind of stuff. But the females might say he's dusty, right? I bet you at one point these dudes were trying to clean up. I bet you at one point these guys were trying to get with them, and guess what? Because these dudes are so starved out, because these dudes are not getting no action, because these dudes have been relegated to the trash can, yo, it drove dudes insane. It pushed them to their breaking point. Again, I'm not condoning their actions, it's wrong, but I'm telling you where it stems from. These dudes don't have any discipline. And again, what first of all, every man needs the discipline. You need to gain it. You need to gain the discipline. It keeps you protected. When you have a standard, it keeps you protected. Now, again, what's pushing these guys to this breaking point to where you want to go into the females locker room and record women, you want to assault women? Like I said, these guys are not getting any action. I've been talked about the games black women play. It's premeditated. They've been running the same psyop on dudes for the last 60, 70 years. You feel me? They've been running the same game on you dudes for the last years, and black men are just now catching on. But again, I'm not condoning the actions, but when you're starved out, again, this is what guys are gonna do, right? You can't break away from the plantation because why? You don't have discipline. Again, it takes a well made up mind. Not only a well made up mind, but listen, you know, when it comes to this kind of stuff, man, I laugh at it because I have the discipline now. Now I laugh about this kind of stuff now because it's funny to me because these simps, they'll never realize that the reason why you can't leave them alone is because you don't have discipline. Again, it takes a well made up mind to do something like this. And I'm not talking about the harassment those guys were doing. I'm talking about leaving them alone. I mentioned before, listen, the content I make is not popular. I don't make popular videos. When you look at all the captions, I'm sorry, if you look at all the titles on my videos, that's original. You feel me? This is not popular content. I'm telling black men do something they never thought they can do. But listen, a wise man once told me, if you want something that you never had, you have to do something that you never did before, black men. So guess what? I'm telling you to leave them alone. If you want the peace of mind that you dream of, if you want the relaxation that you dream of, if you want the woman that you dream of, the treatment that you dream of, the kids that you dream of, black man, it's gonna take you having to leave them alone. You feel me? Listen, let me put this man's face back up on the screen. Listen, black man, after all that trying and trying and trying and trying, you feel me? They took this man mugshot in front of the, well, not even in front, inside of the Planet Fitness. We all know that's the Planet Fitness walls right there. Come on, son. Yo, black men, after all that trying and trying, listen, you keep on DMing them, you keep on making approaches, you keep on peacocking for them, and listen, all you're doing is getting garbage, bottom of the barrel. You're relegated to the bottom. Yo, you're so starved out. You're so mentally warped. You're so defeated. You go and put on a wig to go inside of the women's bathroom to record women. Like the other dude, you was sneaking into the women's bathroom, into the locker room to watch women shower, and you want to assault them in the shower. Come on, son. These black dudes, and again, the fact that it's black men doing stuff like this is what make it even worse because again, it hurts our image. Now these dudes are, you know, more than likely going after black women. But and again, I'm off topic, right? But I'm gonna make a video about this one as well. There was a dude in Atlanta, and there was a dude in Philly. Yo, yo, drive by nut. Pause, pause. You feel me? But yo, these dudes, I'm like, yo, how do you? Yeah, you can talk about these dudes are sick, they're warped in the head, and I agree to that 1000%. But again, when you have discipline, when you have mastery over the body, which starts from mastery over the mind. Listen, why do you think people say, or you hear guys say, it is mind over matter? You feel me? These dudes are controlled by an impulse, by an urge. That's why I make that semen retention content because it rehardwires you. All of that perversion, all of those dark, nasty thoughts, those freak time thoughts, all those Pornhub videos you guys watch, all those X videos you guys watch. Yo, listen, when you get that self control back, dude, you strong now. You strong. You feel me? But it takes a well made up mind to get off the plantation. Again, what's keeping brothers on the plantation? A lack of discipline. So far to the point. Listen. I hate to talk about calling dudes incel, but you know you're not getting no action once you start doing stuff like this. You putting on wigs to go and sneak into the bathroom to record women. The other guy I'm talking about sneaking into the LA Fitness to go and assault women in the shower. The other guy I'm talking about, he was at the Whole Foods and he went and busted on the female's back. I'm like, yo, come on, son. What the f are you dudes doing? This is what I be talking about, dude. This is when I talk about 65% simp. I mean, listen, dude. You gotta realize at least 30% of the simps Again, not every dude is doing this perverted, weirdos type of stuff. Like this is beyond extreme. But the guys who just can't leave them alone, the guys who constantly keep on going back, you get dogged out, you get dogged out, you get dogged out. Guys who try and date other groups of women, you give them one chance and then you run back to Keisha. I'm like, yo, come on, son. These dudes don't have any discipline. Again, even dudes who are serial daters. Listen, you would rather serial date than get your money up. You'd rather serial date or try and brag about smashing 3 out of 10, 2 out of 10. You feel me? Or even worse, you get content. You get complacent smashing 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10, to the point to where she feels comfortable to talk down to you. She feels comfortable to try and control you. She feels comfortable to try and disrespect you. A 3 out of 10? Yo, come on, son. Again, increasing the standard. Everything I talk about in my videos is full circle. And guess what? You can learn all of this if you just practice monk mode, semen retention. You need 730 days. I'm telling you, when your brain will rehardwire, you will realize, yo, yeah, listen, from a young man's perspective, I conquered. Listen, I'm not controlled by pussy. Pussy does not control my life. At one point it did. That's all I can think about. Listen, I'm glad I gained that self-control as a young man. It's men in their 30s, it's men in their 40s, it's men in their 50s, it's men in their 60s, still controlled by box, willing to let box control his life. Listen, we not playing those games no more. This is why black women feel like, yo, listen, we got you niggas on the hook. You niggas will never leave us alone because guess what? You want this black box. I'm like, yo, listen, come on, son. That's these dudes. Black box don't control me and box period don't control me. That's these dudes who feel like, yo, I gotta have it. I gotta bust something. I'm like, yo, I be telling dudes, yo, listen, at least strap up. Yo, no, I gotta feel it. Yo, it's like, come on. Uh, Ah man, these dudes make it too easy. But again, this is why I make the content for 10%. Guys who are really, this is why I make the content for 10% because guys who are really willing to put in that hard work. Again, it's not easy. When I did my 730, it was not easy. It was not easy. Again, I did a documentary on YouTube. It was, I'm telling you, dudes, man, what it really is. Anyways, black man, again, I promote semen retention. I promote monk mode. I'm gonna keep on making more videos talking about this and incorporating it into the content because this is how you get off the plantation. This is how you break away. If you really want to level up, I'm telling you, this is how you start. And once you start and you finish, you realize, yo, I can't go back. You realize you was in the dark the whole time, and that is exactly where they want you at, black men. They want you in the dark. So guess what? You never know what's gonna happen next. You can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Oh man. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.